Mogey. I'm one of the longest serving members of the Morpeth Pipe Band. I've been here since I was 16-year-old, and the band has been in operation since 1913.
Now I know that this is a sort of traditional event for you playing just before Christmas, but you're also launching a recruiting drive. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, well the band has ups and downs, and with the COVID restrictions we've lost quite a few members, and we need to build the band up to its former glory, and we're looking for people to teach. We always teach our own. We've taught people, and all over the world now people have been taught in this band.
So what sort of qualifications do people need? Do they need to have played the pipes or drums before?
No, anybody can play as long as they're taught correctly, and as long as they have the aptitude and put up with the discipline. And obviously, as with any musical instrument, it takes a long time to go through the rudiments and play them correctly.
So how long might it take from a learner starting from scratch to actually appearing in the band?
A lot depends on the aptitude of the individual, but I would say it would take a drummer to get out on the street in about 2-3 years. It would take a piper twice as much.
So piping is a more difficult skill to acquire, is it?
It's just so many things to contemplate. With a drummer, you need to play the rudiments, master the rudiments, and you only play the drum. But with a piper, it's blowing, because there's 3 drones and they all have reeds in them, so you've got to blow correctly, continuous, otherwise you get an up and down sound coming and going.
Now I know the band dates back to 1913, and it's always been very closely associated with Morpeth. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, I don't know how it came about initially, but the band has been backed by Morpeth Town Council as long as I've been involved with it. And we play the Remembrance Day every year, and we have done all my playing life, and the mayor's banquets and any official engagements that come, they just give us a ring and can you provide a piper, and we do that.
Now I believe you also travel further afield as well, you're not just restricted to Morpeth.
Yes, we played in Germany, we played in the music show which was in Holland, and we were in Germany some years ago in connection with Alnwick Town Council at that time. We play all over the UK. We just allied ourselves to the Corkett Concert Band, so we're hoping to put on a display next year perhaps in the town here.
The band's always been very traditional in terms of your turnout. Is that important to you?
Oh yes, importantly so. It's the discipline and dressing correctly. It must be right. There is no seconds, it must be right.
And tell me a little bit about the tartan. Which tartan is it?
The tartan is Gordon tartan, and how that came about was initially pipers were practicing, and one of the local gentry heard the pipes and came across and asked about it, and her maiden name was Gordon, and she said, if you wear the Gordon tartan, I'll buy your first kilts. And that's how it came about, and we've kept faith with that ever since. It's written into our constitution and rules that we wear the Gordon tartan.
I believe that in the past the band's also taken part in competitions as well. Do you still do that?
Yes. Well, at the moment we can't because of the depletion in numbers and the COVID. All the pipe band contests have been put on hold, and we still don't know if they're going to resume next year or not.
So if people do want to join the band, how do they go about it?
Contact me. I'm the secretary as well as a drum major. So my telephone number is 07501 478 309, and just give me your name and address and I'll come back with some arrangements.
Is there an ideal age for somebody to begin piping or drumming, or can it be any age?
Well, I taught my nephew from the age of 6, who's playing with the band today, and I've taught people in 40s and 50s. There's no restriction on age or sex. We teach anybody, everybody.
You just have to have an interest in the music.
That's right, and it helps if you've got a sense of rhythm, of course.
And you don't necessarily have to have a Scottish heritage, do you?
No, not at all. No, not at all.
Now, I believe there's also another side to the band's work, as well as the piping and drumming. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
We have a Highland dancing team, which originally was a separate entity, and we've recently brought them into the band because of insurance purposes, so they're under our umbrella. They're all part of the Morpeth Pipe Band.
So you would like people to join the dancers as well?
Of course, they practice on a Saturday morning. Before we get there, we practice on Saturday morning from 10:30, and they're there until 10 o'clock.
And if people do want to join, perhaps apart from getting in touch with yourself, could they turn up at a training session?
Oh yes.
So where do you meet?
The Boys Brigade Hall on Newgate Street, Saturday mornings from 10:30 for the band, Saturday mornings from 9:30 I think for the dancers.
So anybody could just turn up then and make some inquiries?
Yes, of course. Yeah.